Hi guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Probably welcome neither. So yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, I don't have any excuse this time. Probably because I just didn't feel like it. But yeah, we're just doing this because I want to. So here I am. So today, I was thinking of something I could make, especially using my sourdough starter, because if anybody who actually watches my videos, you know that I am obsessed with making sourdough, and I have a sourdough starter named Wilma. She is great, she's healthy, she's kicking, she's doing wonderful, but I only really use her for sourdough, so I kind of wanted to experiment a little bit and see what other kind of recipes I could do and use her for, instead of using just typical store-bought yeast, which is not bad at all. I just like using the natural one that I've actually made myself and put time and effort and love into, because that makes things taste a lot better. Plus sourdough is really freaking good, so today we're going to be making vegan donuts with some sourdough. So obviously I've had donuts before and they're delicious, but never had a sourdough donut. So we're going to see how it goes, especially a vegan one. I'm not going to make any kind of judgment calls now because it is far too soon to tell. But it is also Friday night, and I'm going to put all the ingredients together and start the dough, because the dough has to rise overnight, because with sourdough it takes a little bit longer to actually rise because you need to give it some time to develop some good air, you know what I mean? So we're going to start tonight, and then tomorrow, since I think, what time is it right now? It is about 11:15, so around 11:15 tomorrow we can start making. So yeah, let's do that. So we're going to start off by melting 1 stick of earth balance, so half a cup, 8 tablespoons, however you want to look at it. And we're going to melt that down. Now that the butter has melted completely, we turned off the heat. And directly to this, we're going to be adding in, this is 1 1/4 cup of almond milk and then 1/4 cup of water. So I'm going to be pouring that right in. 2 tablespoons of coconut milk. I just shook it up to kind of get everything in there. And plus I have a half tablespoon, so we're going to be doing 4 of these. Okay. And then we're going to be adding in 1/4 cup of sugar. And now we're just going to wait until all of this comes together until the sugar is dissolved. And then it's going to be ready to go for the next step. Alright, and now into the stand mixer we're going to be adding in 100 grams of sourdough starter, so I already weighed this out. All of the liquid mixture. We're going to add in 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, so throw that right in. And now we're going to mix this together until it's combined, so about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Now that this is all combined, we're going to put the mixer on the lowest setting and add in half of the flour. So we have 650 grams of flour. I'm going to add in half of this into here, mix it, and then we'll add the rest in, and then as needed we can add more. Okay, now we're going to add in the rest of the flour. This time I'm going to just pour it in before I mix. Okay, now using my dough scraper, I'm going to turn this beautiful mixture out onto this floured surface. And I'm going to knead this for about 30 seconds until a nice smooth ball forms. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. Now I'm going to transfer it into the oiled bowl and I'm going to let it rise for 12 hours. So we'll be back tomorrow, okay? Good morning. So the dough has definitely The dough has definitely risen and it's doubled in size, as you can see. So now we're gonna roll it out and we're gonna cut it into the donut shape. So I'm gonna be using this, which is I think a 3.5-inch circle cookie cutter. And then for the inside hole, I'm gonna be using just the bottle cap. And then for all the little inside holes, I'm gonna be turning those into little munchkins. So yeah, let's start this thing. Now here are the almost kind of finished product. Not yet fried, but cut out. As you can see, this is my first one. It's looking a little funky, and then as it went better and better until I got to like when I had to reuse the dough, and then it got a little funky, but like they'll taste fine, I'm sure. So now I'm gonna let these proof for about an hour until they're nice and puffy, and then we're gonna get started with the frying. So alright, so we have the oil already heating up, and don't mind in the background I'm making some veggie stock, so let's check the temp of the oil. Should be about 375. Yeah, let's get started then. And do a couple at a time, and about 45 seconds on each side. So now while that last batch of donuts is frying, I'm gonna start glazing some of these, and then the other ones are gonna get chocolate glazed. So this is just powdered sugar, vanilla extract, and some almond milk. So I'm gonna start by just dipping like that, and then now we're gonna warm up about a 1/3 cup of coconut milk. And we don't wanna boil it, we just wanna warm it up. Right, so now that the milk is heated up, I'm gonna turn off the heat, and then right to this we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, a little splash of vanilla, and then half a cup of chocolate chips. Now we're gonna wait until this comes together. So this is gonna be like a ganache. Not like a ganache, it is going to be a ganache, except a vegan ganache. Next we're gonna dip the chocolate. Now we're gonna let these guys cool, and then I'll come back to try them. So here we are, almost 24 hours later. So I started the dough yesterday at 11 o'clock at night, and then I worked on it this morning at 11 o'clock, and then I made the donuts. The whole process, as you saw, well, it didn't take too long. But yeah, I did let these cool all the way, and then after I glazed them especially, the regular glazed donuts actually came out perfect. They hardened almost immediately. The chocolate ones, however, took a little while, so I did give them way longer than they needed. I gave them like 6 or 7 hours to actually harden. So this brings us to where we are now. A plate full of donuts that looks delicious. They're 100% vegan. They're made with sourdough, which makes them a little bit healthier just because they have some active probiotics in them. But they also are still fried and have a lot of sugar on them. Have a shit ton of sugar in them. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I already tried some. I haven't tried the chocolate ones yet, so we're gonna try those on camera together, but the glazed ones, let me tell you. All right, let's just cut a piece. All right, and try the chocolate. Cheers. I will say, with the chocolate ones, you do taste the sourdough a little bit more. It's also not as sweet. But they are really good. I personally like the glazed ones better. But they're cooked perfectly. They have a really great flavor. I mean, if you like donuts, you'll probably like these. But if you don't like sourdough, you probably won't. Either way, they're really good. I definitely suggest making the glazed. The chocolate also, I mean, if you're interested. I'll put the recipe that I use down below so that you can try this out for yourself. But yeah, vegan donuts are just as good as regular ones. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned, maybe next week. Hopefully I'll make a video. We'll see what happens, but stay tuned for my next video because we'll see maybe if I make something or if I do something, or maybe my cat's DNA test will be in and I can make a video on that. That's coming up soon. But yeah, I will see you next week, 2 weeks, next month, next year. I don't know at this point. Bye.